Hey guys, and welcome to another Procreate Watercolor tutorial. I'm Anja from Annia Art, and today I want to draw with you this cute otter who is in between his waves and just enjoying life and sunshine, I guess. So this is a very basic tutorial. It's perfectly suitable for beginners, and let's get started. Okay, first we're going to need a sketch. I already prepared just a basic sketch of an otter. You can download it. I will put the link to the sketch in the description down below, so go ahead and download it. We are going to go and set the sketch to 14-15%, something like this. And then we're going to start choosing colors. Today we are going to be using the cute otter color palette, which I will be also linking you in the description for free, so that you can use the same colors that I do. I will be using today the Perfect Watercolor Brushset with over 35 watercolor brushes for every kind of watercolor art. And I'm going to be choosing the clean brush from this set. Of course, you can choose whatever watercolor set you have at hand or that you like. We are going to choose some colors. So first I'm going to choose this beige color, this cream color, the very first one. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to scribble around it like this. Of course, I'm going to go and create another layer above the sketch layer. And now I'm just going to make something like this because I want to have a very light head in comparison to the rest of the body. So I'm going to have this part of the body lighter color than the rest. So let's just make some quick color splashes here because we're going to be using the blender brush later on to blend all the colors together. Okay, so let's make it like this. That looks quite nice. The belly is also good to be a bit lighter because the light will come from this side, and I think that's perfect. So now let's choose another color. Let's go with this orange one. Not the very orange one, but this darker orange. And let's just do the same, but fill the other positions. It's okay if the strokes go beyond the marking line, because later we're just going to cut it out. Okay, and now another color again. Let's go with this reddish shade here. And maybe let's make the ears reddish. So, I think that's quite nice. Perfect. So what we're going to do next is we're going to select the blender brush from the brush set. And we're going to blend all the colors together so that there are very, very nice transitions between the colors. So I'm going to select and grab the brush and just blend the colors together. That looks good. Perfect. So what we're now going to do is we're going to move the sketch above this layer so that we have the outlines. And we're going to select the selection tool with the free hand. And we're going to select the body, which we colored now. And we're going to just trace the outlines here without the claws, because the claws we're going to be drawing in detail later. Now that we have this part selected, we're going to click copy and paste. And then we've pasted the part we just selected. So let's deactivate the old one, and then we're going to have the new one. Now we are going to make some details. First, let's delete the old body part. Now we have the selection and the sketch. We're going to create another layer, and then we're going to go and choose the liner brush. Let's go to the color palette and choose this darker brownish color at the end of the first row. And what we're going to do now is we're going to draw the nose, the eyes, the whiskers, and the claws. Okay, nice. So it's starting to look more and more like a real otter. Now we're going to add some shade, so some shadows. Because now when we turn off the sketch, we really don't see where the chin starts or here where this hand really is. And this is something I don't want to draw with just another pencil. I want to do this with a shadow so that it looks more three-dimensional. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the sketch. By the way, I'm having the whole time this paper texture gallery galaxy on, and this is a paper texture which comes with the perfect watercolor brush set, which I will link you down in the description below. And you can also buy this paper texture individually in my shop. I have many different paper textures there. So, but I really like this one. That's why I included it in the Watercolor Brushset, because that's also the one I'm using most frequently for all kinds of watercolor sets. And I'm having it here, right? So, now let's go to the body. And what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in on the face, and we're going to go to the selection part again freehand. And now we're going to go and select here along the lines. And back again, so that the shapes looks like this. And then we're going to copy paste it. Now you can see there's already a better visibility of this part. What I want to do next is I'm going to go to the adjustment, to hue, saturation and brightness, and I'm going to make this a little bit darker. And I'm going to maybe take away a little bit of the saturation. That's perfect. So, because now when we turn off the sketch, it looks a little bit more like the part where the throat is. But the edges are still very hard, and right now it looks like he's laughing, which is kind of cute, but I really don't want that effect. So I'm going to grab the blender brush, and I'm going to select this selection, and I'm just going to blend here those hard edges so that it doesn't look like those hard edges, so that it doesn't look like he's laughing, but more like this is a shadow under his chin. You see? So this looks more like realistic and authentic. Yes, I think this looks quite nice. So perfect. Now we're going to do the same for the hand. And how we're going to do is we're going to turn on the sketch again, we're going to select the body part and again the selection tool at freehand. And now we're going to go along the lines of this hand and we're going to make a half moon out of it. And the same with the other part, like this and the half moon. And now we're going to copy paste it again and the same game as usual. So adjustments, hue, saturation, brightness. Make it a little bit darker and take away a little bit saturation. And now we're going to grab our blender brush again, see if it's really on the selection layer, and we're going to smooth out these half circle edges. So now we're going to deactivate our sketch and we can adjust it a little bit more so that it looks a little bit more natural. But I think that looks quite okay. So now we have the arm here as a shadow with very, very nice edges. Okay, perfect. So we're going to do next this one. So turn on the sketch again, go to the selection, to the body, and let's make it like this. Copy paste, adjustments, hue, saturation, brightness, make it a little bit darker, make it a little bit less saturated. And again here, grab the blender brush and smooth out the edges. Let's see how it looks like. I think that's pretty nice. So, next with this foot here, we're going to turn on the sketch again, and again we're going to go and select and make a half moon selection out of it. So now this looks already pretty neat, but we want to give it a little bit more of a cooler look. So what we're going to do next is we're going to merge all these layers. I want to merge those layers here, so those detail layer with the whiskers and the nose, we're going to keep separated so that they are not affected by the shadows. Okay, so I'm going to merge those layers. Now we're going to go select the body, select the selection tool, and I'm just going to select this part of the belly, and I'm going to go to feather and feather it out a little bit, and also I'm going to go and copy paste it. Now I'm on this selection which I just selected, and I'm going to choose adjustments, hue, saturation, brightness, and I'm going to make it a little bit brighter. So now see if I like that. I think I want to have it a little bit more circular shape, so let's do it again. Let's take this and let's maybe go something like this and feather it out a little bit more so that it's softer around the edges. Now I'm going to copy paste, and again hue, saturation, brightness. I'm going to make it a little bit brighter. Yes, that's definitely better. Perfect. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit more highlight. I want to add some highlight also in the face. So I'm going to go select the body again, and I want to have some highlight too, because if the light shines from here, this is also going to be highlighted. Then also maybe a little bit of the foot, and definitely this tail here. And I'm going to feather this all out too. Copy paste it, and then again hue, saturation, brightness, and make this all a little bit brighter. Perfect. And now I want to add some shadows. highlight. So I'm going to select the body again the selection tool, and I'm going to select this part, and I'm going to go and feather it out. Hue, saturation, brightness. This time I'm going to make it a little bit darker, and I'm going to take the saturation out. But I think this looks quite good. Now that we added the shadows, I really would love to add some texture to this little guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to again merge the layers, which are not the detail layers, and I'm going to create another layer. And I'm going to select this layer to, let's say, screen. And then I'm going to go grab the snow brush from the gold brushes, those 3 gold brushes. It's okay, we're not going to be using gold, we're going to be using other colors, but I really like this texture. So now I'm going to grab the yellow one, and I'm going to go onto this layer, which I selected to screen mode, and I'm just going to go over his body. And you see, we'll get this nice texture. Just going to do it a few times, like twice, and then I'm going to select another color, the reddish one. This one isn't that much visible, so maybe I'm going to select another screen mode or another mode. Let's say how color dodge works. Let's say how add works. Add is a little bit more lighten. Overlay looks nice. I think overlay. I'm going to stick with overlay. So, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to select white. And with white, I'm going to also go over it. It's not getting very, very white. So let's see if I can maybe get another one here. This looks whiter. Okay, I think this is quite cool. So I'm going to just reduce the opacity a little bit, but I think I really like the texture that came with this. So I'm going to stick with this texture. I think that's quite nice. Okay, now our otter is floating around just like it. So let's give him some waves to play with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another layer, which I will put below the layer with the body. And I'm going to select the first blue color, and then I'm going to select another brush, which will be the salty brush. And then I'm just going to create some waves. Yeah, I can make this brush a little bit bigger, just like this. And then I'm going to select another kind of blue, and maybe make it a little bit smaller, so that I have some differences there. And then I'm going to select the darkest kind of blue, and I'm just going to make pop here some stuff. Yeah, I think this looks pretty cool. And now I'm going to create another layer, which will be above the outer layer, completely above the outer layer. And then I will do the same. I will just continue, or I will just click on the first kind of blue, and I'm just going to make it look as if he's swimming in the waves. Okay, I think I like this. So, and what we're going to do next is we're going to make some splashes. So I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to create a layer above it. And I'm going to set this layer to screen. And then I'm going to select the watercolor drops splashes. And I'm just going to make some splashes the way I like it. And then I'm going to, select the grayish kind of blue, or the grayish kind of color here, and I'm just going to make some different splashes here. want to create another layer, I'm going to set this to color Dutch so that we have a nice dark and light contrast here. And I think this looks quite cool. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video tutorial. Please leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye bye!